Hey guys, EC Network here, coming at you with another video. A question that I've been thinking about lately is, do action shows really have a place on Cartoon Network anymore? Do they really belong on the network if they were to return one day? And to be quite honest with you, I think the answer is no. I think that honestly, in this day and age, action shows don't really have a place on Cartoon Network anymore. And if you know me, by watching this channel, if you watched my videos before, you know that I absolutely love action shows. You'll know that Ben 10 is my favorite Cartoon Network series that they've ever made. And the reason why I just don't think there's a place for action shows on Cartoon Network anymore is just that, you know, the environment of TV, networks has really, really changed a lot over the past decade. What would have aired on TV 10, 15 years ago would have no way of getting approved by the network. It would absolutely never make it to the air. There's multiple instances of this with multiple different shows from multiple different networks. One example I could think of is if you watch one of my recent videos, you know that I am watching Sweet Life of Zack and Cody right now. And some of the things that are said in this show would never get its way on TV now. Another instance of this would be Drake and Josh. The entire premise of Drake and Josh would never make its way on TV. Drake is a character who always liked to go out with girls. He liked to make out with girls all the time. He'd have basically a new date in pretty much every episode at one point. That would never make its way onto a kids network today. There's more, I could go on and on and on of different examples of things that I grew up watching on Cartoon Network, even Nick or Disney XD or Disney Channel, that if someone was to watch or try to make a show like that today, it would not get approved at all. It would be shot down immediately because, quote unquote, it's not suitable for kids. It's just something that I don't necessarily understand why it's happened. And it's not only in TV, honestly. It's just all over. If you look at YouTube, the whole thing with Copa, I think it's Copa, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That, like, everything's basically being dumbed down for kids nowadays. And if you've been watching this channel, you've heard me say this before. Everything's being sugar coated for kids. There's, like, I don't know what it is that all these different agencies, all these different networks, just whatever parents are for all of this, I don't know what it is that they think that kids can't handle. I really don't know what it is. Like, my generation, 10, 15 years ago, the stuff we grew up with, did it screw us up? Are we all screwed up now? Are we all crazy? No. Like, I don't know what these people think are going to happen to kids if they watch action shows growing up. I don't know what these people think is going to happen to kids if they saw like something like Drake and Josh, where Drake's going out with a different girl every week. Like, I truly don't understand it. I really, really don't. Everything's being dumbed down for kids. Everything's being sugar coated for kids nowadays. And in my personal opinion, that's probably going to be a problem in a kid's development. You know why? Because then when they get out to the real world, they're not going to be, nothing's going to be sugar coated for you. Everything's going to be dropped down like an anvil falling on you, and they're not going to be prepared for that. So I really don't understand why Cartoon Network, Disney XD, all these different networks, why are they just like, oh, someone gets killed in the episode? Oh, we're sorry. Kid can't see that. You've got to make it like off screen the death, or don't actually say they died, just imply they died, but maybe the kid won't pick up on it. Like, what's the reasoning for that? I mean, come on now, really? This is why I just don't think, like I said, there's no place for action shows on Cartoon Network anymore unless if all of this changes, unless if these networks just allow what was on TV when I grew up to be on TV now. And to be completely honest with you, I don't see that as the direction we're going to. It seems to be that we're becoming worse and worse with the amount of protection or things that we're showing on children's networks or just YouTube in general. It just seems like we're going in the wrong direction, and honestly, I don't think it's going to change. I think it's going to keep getting worse. And, that begs the question, and if you don't want DC Network, if you don't want action shows on Cartoon Network, then where would you want action shows? The first thing that comes to mind, Adult Swim. Adult Swim, it's in the name. It's Adult Swim. It's not, kids aren't supposed to be around for that. Play action shows there. I mean, you have Rick and Morty playing at 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock every day. You could have, action shows play at that time as well. Another place, if that was for whatever reason not feasible, which, like I said, I think that's perfectly fine to have action shows on Adult Swim. Second option would be you put it on streaming. As much as I hate streaming, if that's where the only place action shows will be welcomed, animated action shows, then okay, then I guess we're gonna have to go on streaming. And that's the thing as well, is that if you notice, there's still plenty of action shows on TV that are live action. But for whatever reason, action shows and animated, those two phrases, they just don't go together anymore. And like I said, I really just don't know why. I don't understand what these people think is happening in these shows that's so bad that kids can't watch it anymore. People 10, 15 years ago, my generation, even the generations before that, they're perfectly fine. Not everybody's running around crazy. They're perfectly fine. Action shows didn't screw them up, so why do you think action shows and all these other things are going to screw these kids up today? It's really a huge problem in my opinion, and I don't see it getting fixed anytime soon. Anyways, let me know in the comment section below if you guys think you see a change coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.